Hey girls. Hey, I think they want to talk to us. Should we let them join? Nah, they don't understand our lingo.
I'm saying I don't wanna come down from your love. We'll get lost together like we fight. Don't ever let me come down from your love. From your love. From your love.
Hey everyone, it's Bree Seasonie here. Welcome back to my channel. So you already know what time it is. It's time to talk about aespa, so let's get right into it. Okay, so I was actually really excited for this comeback. I saw some of the concept photos and one of the music video teasers. I was really ready to see what this comeback would be like. I always look forward to aespa's comebacks in general, so I was ready. As far as the concept photos, I thought that the girls looked amazing as always. SM always does their thing with aespa's concepts, with their futuristic themes and aesthetics. It just always looks really good. But I was a little worried about one of Karina's looks, specifically those bangs. Her forehead was nowhere in sight. Like, I just want to talk to the stylist who decided to give her those bangs, because I don't know, I think they would have been fine if they were, you know, those wispy see-through bangs that a lot of idols wear. But for me, the bangs were just not it, and they kind of overpowered the rest of her face. And we know that Karina is a beautiful girl, so I just don't know why they would do that to her. Like, justice for Karina. Anyway, I had also already listened to their pre-release track Illusion, and I really loved it. It was one of my favorite releases from June. It was definitely giving the hyper pop, crazy 808 bassline sound that we associate with aespa at this point, and overall the song was just extremely catchy. I also really liked the lyrics, which seemed to be about seducing and devouring an opponent, maybe a Black Mamba reference, but the fact that Illusion was so good kind of worried me, because I was like, can the title track Girls top this? So about Girls, I actually stayed up to catch the music video drop of Girls. Visually, the music video was everything I could ask for in an aespa music video. It felt cinematic, it was stunning from start to finish, and I think everyone watching was intrigued about the battle between aespa and Black Mamba that we see playing out in the storyline here. Certain scenes of the music video did remind me a lot of NCT 127's Kick It, like this scene right here reminded me a lot of Kick It. As far as styling, Karina definitely had my favorite looks in this music video. The beginning of the motorcycle scene where she has on this long leather trench coat and the completely white look towards the end of the music video with the jewels on her face were definitely my favorites. So now let's get into the actual song. From first listen, I was like, oh, this sounds very Neo, like very NCT, specifically the pre-chorus and chorus. But to be honest, I wasn't mad. I mean, you guys know I'm an N-citizen myself. Although structurally the song reminded me of something NCT 127 would do, to be specific, I still think that aespa really pulled it off. They made it their own and they carried the song to the point where I was like, okay, this song does sound very NCT-ish, like it could be an NCT song in another life, but it's aespa and not too far off from the overall theme that we've seen in their discography before. It's still giving that aespa experimental futuristic girl crush vibe that we're used to, so it didn't feel that out of place for me. My favorite parts of the song were definitely the pre-chorus, chorus, and bridge, because Ning Ning and Winter really got to shine here. For me, this was really their era. Structurally, the song is dominated by that SM wobbly 808 bassline and synths throughout, and it kind of follows the SM formula where you have a really ethereal, dreamy bridge that melts into a really noisy, what K-pop fans like to call pots and pans or a construction dance break. Like, yeah, aespa needed to remind us that they can dance, and we got the typical SM high note where the vocalist, in this case Winter, stands off to the side and just belts. Very predictable, but I loved it. The only thing that almost took me out of the flow of the song completely were Giselle's rap parts. Like, her delivery wasn't bad, but for some reason I found myself feeling Karina's rap parts over Giselle's, which is interesting since Giselle is the main rapper. To be honest, I think some of these rap parts could have been taken out because for me, they weren't impactful enough to make an impression and really give something to the song. Like, they weren't giving the same impact as Giselle's verses in Savage, if you know what I mean. The song might have flowed better if some of those parts were replaced with the vocal parts from Giselle instead. Overall though, I loved the song, and the chorus refrain of We Them Girls is really catchy. And once again, SM knew what they were doing with the choreo. Like, it's weird choreo, but it's aespa weird. Like, only aespa can do these moves and somehow pull it off. They have this really sleek, almost robotic theme to their choreo that I like, and I think really works for them. If you think about it, all of the point choreo from their title tracks has been extremely memorable and really makes an impression on the K-pop scene, and I love that about them. I actually did a poll on my community tab, and about 15% of you voted that you wished Illusion was the title track instead of Girls. To be honest, I do see what you mean. I think both songs are incredible, but I do see why SM decided to go with Girls for this title track. The dance break in the song and the lyrics with all of the Kwangya, SM universe vocabulary, and references to aespa's lore overall screams title track for me, and I think it's necessary to kind of move aespa's story forward. I love Illusion, but I think it would have been the safer bet for aespa's title track, and I don't think SM ever wants to be safe with aespa. They kind of want to keep us on our toes, and I'm here for it. So overall, I liked Girls. I would give it an 8.5 out of 10, but now I want to briefly talk about the rest of the Girls mini album that, let's be real, is really a repackage. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was disappointed with the mini album. I could not believe that we only got 4 new songs if you include Life's Too Short and just the one version of it. I honestly don't know what SM was thinking. Personally, I think the album would feel more balanced and like an actual new mini album if the album had maybe 1 or 2 more new songs and only one version of Life's Too Short. I've already briefly discussed Illusion, so let's talk about Lingo. Okay, hear me out. At first, I was like, what is this intro? Like, what in the 90s or 2000 girl group is this? But it's kind of growing on me in a weird way. I feel like it's gonna end up being stuck in my head like Winter's
Oh my gosh. Don't you know I'm a savage?
It's giving weird, but aespa weird, you know? I also like how this intro shows that they're kind of self-aware in an ironic way. Like, yeah, we know people are highly annoyed with all of this sync dive, Kwangya, and recall talk. Let's make an ironic joke about it. I don't know, I thought it was cute. As far as the song in general, not for me. I actually was really feeling the song and was excited about where it was going when I was listening to it until we get to that weird yeehaw chorus. Like,
I know what they say. Tell me
I was not expecting that, and I wish the song would have went in a completely different direction, but that's just me. Personally, I'm not going to be listening to Lingo again. I'm also not a fan of Life's Too Short, which was also released before the album. SM seems to be really pushing this song, even giving us a music video to accompany it, and I'm just like, why? I don't know, but personally, I'm not interested in hearing the 2000s pop girl group sound from aespa, and I find the lyrics for the English version of the song to be kind of juvenile to me. It's boring for a group like them, but let me know what you think about Life's Too Short in the comments. Sadly, I wasn't feeling I See You either. We were discussing this song in my server last night and all of us were collectively like, Taylor Swift? Is that you? I was confused, like, where am I right now? I'm definitely puzzled about SM giving aespa this song. Like, for me, this is a song that more so fits an SM artist like Taeyeon or something. Why aespa? As far as the rest of the songs on the Girls mini album, they aren't new, but I love Black Mamba and Dreams Come True. Forever was dropped in February of 2021, I believe, and I also wondered why, because it always felt like a Christmas ballad to me. It kind of feels like SM dropped that song after aespa debuted with Black Mamba because they wanted to show us that aespa has the vocals to execute a ballad or something, but I don't know, that's just my thought. So yeah, overall, I have mixed feelings about the Girls mini album or repackage. I love the title track Girls, but out of the 4 new songs on the album, not including both versions of Life's Too Short, I only like Girls and Illusion, and Illusion was a pre-release. So in short, the mini album was kind of disappointing for me, although I will be listening to Girls and Illusion on repeat. So as always, I want to know what you guys think. In the comments, tell me what you think about the Girls title track and the rest of the mini album. Were you feeling aespa's comeback or not? Thanks for watching. As always, if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, make sure to join my server. It's a fun, safe place for you to talk about K-pop. And I'll see you in the next video.